When we come back, we're actually going to talk about housing affordability, but with a bit of a twist, Katie Greifeld.
Yeah.
We're going to do it with New York Football Giants quarterback Jameis Winston. He's got a new venture that he's involved in called Kinexx, which is actually focusing on modular homes to help address some of those affordability issues. That conversation coming up after the break, right here on Bloomberg. As voters head to the polls this midterm season, housing affordability, a top issue on a lot of folks' mind. We talk about what the solution could potentially be, and our next guests say it could actually be in modular housing. A Chicago-based firm called Kinexx is looking to broaden access to home ownership, and it's got the help of a familiar face. Joining us right now is Adrian Muhammad. He's the chair of Kinexx, alongside Jameis Winston, quarterback for the New York Giants and one of the firm's investors. Great to have both of you here. And Adrian, I do want to start with you. For myself, a kid who grew up on the south side of Chicago, I'm very familiar with some of the long-term persistent issues when it comes to housing affordability. What does Kinexx actually solve?
Well, we believe modular housing is the solution for not just Chicago's housing problems, but the nation's housing crisis. As I'm sure you know, the nation is currently facing a 3 to 5 million home shortage. We believe that the speed and agility that's reflected in modular is the answer to that. Even more, we believe the answer to that specifically is actually in plain sight, we like to say. The vacant lots that are typically pervasive now in urban markets, we're talking about 9 million acres, about the size of Switzerland, right? We believe in those lots, in those narrow spaces where homes used to be and families used to raise and neighborhoods used to thrive, we believe that's the place where we want to put modular homes again in the urban markets.
And of course, we've seen this in sort of urban areas like Chicago. We've seen this in more rural areas like in Alabama, where you're from originally, Jameis. And I think about your life arc, if you will, coming from a situation where home ownership really wasn't a part of your life to where you are today as a successful athlete and now an investor. Why did you get involved with this particular project?
Well, you just told it. Me experiencing this as a young kid, the land was always there. The rent was always due. But the ability to own has always been something that has been vacant. And investing into Kinexx has allowed me to not only invite and encourage the awareness of how home ownership is beneficial, more beneficial than renting, but also invite everyone to be also a part of the solution by being able to invest in it as well.
And Adrian, let's talk a little bit about a crowdfunding campaign that you recently launched here. It looks like the minimum investment is about $500. What is the vision here? What is the goal? What would you like to get to?
So, great question. We like to think that we are democratizing home ownership and the access to affordable or quality affordable homes. It wasn't a big leap for us in this age of kind of social media driven, a social media driven economy to democratize access to capital as well, right? And allow those who are most affected by the housing crisis to actually participate in it. Based on our research, we found that the majority of the campaigns or crowd campaigns that were experiencing great success were those that were affecting people the most. It's hard to find something that's affecting people as much as being able to find quality, secure, stable housing. And the fact that we have cool kids on the team like Jameis and a bunch of other athletes always makes it a little bit more fascinating for us.
Well, Jameis, let's talk about that a little bit. I understand how you got involved, but it's interesting. We talked to a lot of former athletes on this show about their various investments, their various causes, and the key word there is former. You are currently a quarterback for the New York Giants, so why get involved now?
Well, a lot of athletes grew up in conditions where, no one owned anything. So being able to use our platform to create awareness and also be the change that we desire to see. We understand that there's a 40 times median gap between homeowners and renters. So we want to make sure that we are feeding everyone information that allows them to overcome different barriers that has limited them from reaching the success that they're required to reach.
All right. Well, wish you the best of luck here, and a really interesting project. We talk about housing affordability a lot on this show. Adrian, Jameis, Hopefully we can talk again. Jameis Winston, their quarterback for the New York Giants. Adrian Muhammad, chairman of Kinexx, as we push ahead to what markets will have their eyes on over the next 20